Hi guys, we are back with our second video. Hopefully the first video was helpful. And today we're going to be talking about, now you have a consultant, what do you do? So we're going to dive right in.
Okay, first let me say that I made the mistake of not knowing what to do whenever I got several consultants, and I just kind of left them out in the cold, and I didn't really coach them immediately, and I feel like you have to strike while the iron's hot. I think I said that in the last video.
Well, some cliches are good. Yes, strike while the iron's hot, because what we were saying earlier is that you have to keep people engaged. You have to get active in the first 72 hours. So first critical piece, make sure you're active in the first 72 hours. We all know, if we're in this already, that shipping does take a little bit of time. They are working on that. So what can you do between ordering your kit and receiving your kit? So we have some tips for that.
Okay, I want to say that it's really important that your consultants know how to set up their own tasting in the on their website, and share that link as opposed to the scoutandseller.com/blah blah blah, because you know, one gets you commission and one gets you commission and free wine, and it's your job to let them know how to do that, because otherwise they have no clue why they would be setting up a tasting for themselves instead of just a customer.
Yep, the first thing I did was I went to, in the back cellar, I went to personal order and place my order. So although I got commission, I got no wine credit. So make sure you coach your newbies to go in, set up a tasting, put it with somebody else in the household, like their husband, brother, sister, mom, someone, so that you earn commission on that. So that's kind of key, because in my opinion, you do want a few more bottles to get you up and going, besides the ones that are coming in your business kit. You are receiving 4 now if you sign up in October, but still I would suggest buying a few more, jump-starting your commission, and just making sure you have a flow of inventory coming in. So the next thing I would say after doing the tasting would be to make sure your new team member is joined in all the groups that are on Facebook. And to avoid being completely overwhelmed, we've kind of been talking as leaders, and the number one thing that you should join out of the gate is the Team Work Hard, Play Hard Rookies. And when I say that, you don't type it all out. It's literally TWHPH Rookies. Team Work Hard, Play Hard. So within this is what you're gonna join for the first 30 days. And that's gonna have a wealth of information in there that you wanna make sure you are reading through, digesting, and then posting any question. No question is dumb in this forum or this platform, so ask away and it'll be extremely helpful. What about the other groups that we can join and be part of?
Yes, so you need to be responsible for adding them to the groups that we're in, but you need, instead of just adding them in and letting them log into Facebook and see that all of a sudden they're part of all these groups and they don't know what's going on, you need to tell them, hey, I'm gonna add you to these groups, and it's gonna feel like you're a part of a lot of groups, but it's all important, and there are giveaways in all of them. So you really want to be in them, so that you're aware of what the incentives are, and I mean,
yeah. I think it's important because there's something to note really quickly. As our team grows, we're not really sure who's where, who's over us, how it all works. So just really quickly, the reserve room is the corporate page. This is where a lot of corporate announcements are going to be made. So follow that, just like the Scout School was just hosted in the reserve room. Secondly, the thing you want to follow is Team Work Hard, Play Hard. This is Mallory's group. And Mallory is 2 levels above me. So that is her Facebook group, and that's where we can ask a lot of questions. She's gonna be posting a lot of information. There's also something called Cheers to Clean Crafted. This is where Mallory's upline, Amanda, this is her group. So as we get higher, there's obviously a bigger audience who can answer more questions quickly. But my suggestion would be, first and foremost, Team Work Hard, Play Hard Rookies, and just regular Team Work Hard, Play Hard. And first and foremost, let me back up. Our group page, the group that I started for our team, is called Rockin' Awesomes. This is where I'm gonna try not to be repetitive and post information. So just recalibrating really quickly. Team Work Hard, Play Hard Rookies, Rockin' Awesomes. Out of the gate, those are the 2 most important. And then you're gonna go to the regular Team Work Hard, Play Hard, the reserve room, which is corporate. And if you just want more information, Cheers to Clean Crafted. I hope that wasn't confusing. I tried to recap that there. we'll talk about maybe making your list and the tastings and everything.
What?
Okay, go ahead. Okay, so really quickly, while you're waiting on your packet to arrive, start making your list. This is really important. Your list can kind of be 5 people to reach out a day, 10 people, but list every single person you think of that might be someone interested in trying the wine or coming to a tasting, and try to book 2 tastings out of the gate. One at the beginning of the month to kind of jumpstart your sales, one at the end of the month to kind of finalize and maybe boost you to the next level of the commission rate.
But make sure that you don't book it without knowing that you are going to have your wine by then.
Yes, and the other big thing is when you are ordering your extra wine, please in the back cellar under reports, check inventory. The last thing you want to do is order a bunch of wine for a tasting that is very low on inventory. Then all your people come just like they did at one of the ones that we did together. Half the bottles I brought out of inventory aren't back in stock. So luckily we could do substitutions, but make sure you're checking inventory.
Oh, whenever you get your kit, you want to become familiar with everything that is in there, but you want to be able to sell the wine and to be able to speak about it firsthand. I would not drink your kit away. You want that for your first tasting, and I personally would recommend your first tasting being at your house. And just being very low key with your core friends, and that gives you practice. It has the people you're comfortable with basically is who are going to be there, and they're going to order from you, and they want to support you, and then they might want to sign up. I just think that the first tasting at your own house is key because you just get all the practice in that. Where your friends don't really care if you...
Right, if you mess up, you don't have to be a complete whiz about all the wine. We're all novices going into this, and every tasting seems to get easier and easier. So, I think to wrap up, just to be pretty thorough with this, is once you have a consultant, it's very easy to feel overwhelmed. So if you kind of do that sink or swim mentality and you don't provide any help, it can be overwhelming. So make sure you are talking with them about setting up the tasting, also getting a Facebook page set up, somewhat of a group, so that you can post information about the wine and you're not inundating everybody in your news feed. Making a public announcement on social media that you're doing it, reaching out to your friends, creating that list, and then once you get your kit, what you're going to do is you're going to start learning how to host a tasting. And I think our next video will be about, so let's host a tasting. There's a lot of information out there.
That's probably going to be a long video.
Yeah, that is. So there's a lot of information out there on how to do it. Everybody has their own opinion, but we can share what we do and how it's been successful. And that's pretty much it. So I think the key is to make sure your newbie does not feel overwhelmed. So really,
That's a dog.
That's a dog. And then familiarize yourself with all the groups and make sure that they're familiar. Just don't feel overwhelmed. This information is out there to help you, and we're trying to streamline it and dial back the group so you don't feel overwhelmed. So,
and also, make sure that you are available. Make sure that they have your phone number, they can text you anytime, and that they can reach out to you on Facebook, and that you don't make them feel like they're bothering you. I mean, they're on your team and you're their leader, so you need to be available for them and you need to answer any questions. And if you can't answer them, then you need to go to your upline. Don't cut all the way up 5 notches to the top to ask questions. Go directly to your upline, and then if she can't answer it or he can't answer it, then he or she will ask their upline, and we'll get an answer to our newbies straight from us.
Yeah, I think that's key. The teams are growing so quickly. We have over 40 on my team, and then Mallory has over 100 on her team, and then Amanda has over 250 on her team. So if I can't answer it, I will take your question, go to my next person. Don't feel like you have to keep jumping, because I'm really in it to make sure you guys are supported and get the help you need. So either go directly to your upline or post the question in one of the groups, and we'll get the answer that you need. So just key to this one, just make sure your newbie doesn't feel overwhelmed, because there are fast track programs in place right when you start from month 1 to month 4 that gives incentives to make sure that your team members stay engaged. And again, you're only successful if your team is successful. So help them build and grow and
be a good leader.
Be a good leader.
Yeah. Okay, wait. We have to...
Cheers.